Hey, this is Johnny Bean, and we are live. It is October 10th, 2020, 7:07 p.m. Pacific, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10:07 Eastern, right? Is that right? And we're joined today by my good friend Sean.
What's up?
Hey, man.
What's
How are
going on?
you?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
We
Happy to
got
be back.
Sean. We got my other friend Liz.
Hey, hello.
Hey, it's
Hey,
great. It's great to see
Johnny.
you. It's
Good
great
to
to
see
see you.
you.
I'm gonna miss seeing but the both of you at the Nam at No Nam show.
I
You know,
Oh,
know.
coming up.
that's
Sucks.
that's jacked up.
Yeah, 'cause that's
Yeah,
normally where I see you guys.
I know.
yeah.
Johnny's once a year now.
Yeah, yeah, and also we're joined by Bobby and Wendy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Hey, good to see you. Good to see
Hey, Sean.
everybody.
Liz.
Hey,
Hello.
hey. This is also.
I know. Thank
Yeah,
you, buddy. We've got a lot of people out there.
yeah. We got 25 watching,
Are we able
and
to answer to them on there or?
Hey, what's up,
huh?
R2,
Hi,
R3?
Mark.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good. You can see the Facebook as well. Yeah, we're live on YouTube and Facebook. And really quickly,
Thanks, Tom.
here on YouTube, we have channel members, and you can be a sponsor of the channel. And our top tier of channel members are Charles Green, Joe Christian, Thomas Santiago, Music Therapy Laz, Mike Neese, Michael Smith, David Ennis, and Steve Carmichael. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody.
That's awesome.
So, yeah,
Cool.
so we're here to talk about your new project, right?
Yes. I finally got it out. It took almost a year. Well, actually, it'll be a year. It was a year in June.
Mm-hmm.
And it first started out with just with me, and then I was talking to Bob, about the whole thing, and I go, well, look, I'm thinking about doing like a 4 song, solo thing, and Bob was like, well, how about you do like a full length album? I'm like, oh yeah, okay, So we
Mm-hmm.
started to think about that, and then I was like, well, let's do like a concept type of album, from
Mm-hmm.
start to finish. So it started out that way, and then the songs came about really, really, really quick because I got my new Kemper and I got like a few new guitars, and I was so inspired, right? So they just start like flowing out, and and now we're up to 12 songs now, and it's finally out, and I got Liz to sing on it. She did like a couple songs on it. Uh, this this mannequin,
Yeah,
mannequin,
mannequin. And
and yes, I'll let
Flight
you
of
go
the
ahead and
Moon.
Flight of an Angel, which is dedicated to my mother. Um, and Bob and Wendy, they did the songs "See to the Moon and Back," and
Mm-hmm.
Bob. And what was the other ones that we did? We did a lot actually
Uh,
together.
I was on the stage and Monster Magnet and to the Moon and Back, and then we did a reprise of the stage as well, sort of bookending the album. It's kind of the introduction and the outro as well.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
And I posted the link in the chat. There's a SoundCloud link on YouTube and Facebook where
yeah.
everybody can. Actually, we were actually talking about this before we went live. If anybody wants to listen to it, you can actually open up that link and click play and listen to that while you're watching this.
For free.
Right? Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and
Just turn the volume down of that a little bit, or turn the volume of this up. Either one.
yeah, and there's a couple people that's missing off, off the album. Some good friends of mine. Phil, let's see, Lugo did the song. Actually, I have my list right here. Let's see, he did the song "Shadows of the Light," and let's see who else is missing. Jay Smith did on the Vapor, which is the title track, and
Mm-hmm.
he played
Cool.
drums. Yes, Jay played drums, and Phil did the vocals. And my friend Alan Bostwick, he played the bass on let's see, Monster Magnet, uh, and Shadows of the Light.
Mm-hmm.
And I, end up playing, all the guitars and the bass parts on, like everything else. And the only thing that's live, well, I don't want to give it all away, but but the drums, there's only one live drums on there, which is Vapor. And I
Oh
tried.
man.
Hey,
You
but
gave
those
it-
don't sound great.
Thank you. That was a lot of work. And Bob and I were talking about that. There's some tricks on that, to make the fake drums sound live. And they're actually not really fake drums. They're actually like real players. And you just buy the packs. And then I been working with the Easy Drummer forever. And I was
So
able.
they're samples.
Yes,
They're
they're samples.
Yeah, they're samples
And
of
I think-
actual drums.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's real. It's still real because
It's
somebody
real.
actually played all that.
Yeah.
You know,
So what the heck? It's real drums on there.
it's all real.
Everything is real. Even the
Wow.
hat.
Yeah, my hat's real.
Even Bill Matoyer approved.
Nice,
I could see him on here.
nice,
Oh,
awesome,
you're looking at that.
awesome. So basically. Oh, Ben Tom has a
Yes.
question. Can you ask Sean who is singing on the stage? The guitar and the vocal are so heavy. Love it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Ben Tom. Bob, go ahead.
Actually, that's me singing on the stage, or I call it lead chocals. So yeah, the stage was a fun song. I mean, Sean and I have known each other for probably going on like 34 years, something like that. And
34 years.
we came up in the
Awesome.
80s, big hair metal bands and playing
Mhm.
LA clubs and all that scene. And of course,
Oh, wow.
before that, I was a nerd that played air guitar like crazy. Was on putting on the hits and stuff like that, playing to the Scorpions and all that kind of stuff. So sort of the when we first started out in music, it was kind of like our icons were like, of course, Eddie Van Halen, which just passed, and Scorpions, like I mentioned, and Stryper, and all these bands that were like very showy, and the goal was to like someday we're gonna be up there on a big stage playing to an arena. And so when Sean started talking about the concept of the album, and essentially the concept of the album is sort of a nod to all the different genres that we've grown up with from the time we were little kids. Sean's dad was a musician, and sort of like To the Moon and the Back, sort of like a nod to the 70s scene. And there's different genres that we've come up through over the years, like the hair metal scene, and then, the grunge, and, Stone Temple Pilots, and all these Linkin Park and different influences and stuff. So the album sort of has a feel as you start at the beginning of the album, you're sort of introduced with the stage of kind of that thought of like, what would it be like to be playing to an arena of people, and also like that excitement and energy that comes from a live performance with a big crowd, and trying to capture that vibe in a song, and then taking people on a journey through the album, which is really sort of sharing our musical journey that we've taken over the years through the different times and life experiences and different styles of music, and sort of trying to capture that mood in each song and sort of tell the story through that. So that it was a lot of fun, doing that. And some of the other songs, like, the other song that I was singing on, Monster Magnet, is really like that kind of, scary, crazy, Kiss, Ozzy, Dio kind of thing, where it's like, when you hear it, you're just like, it almost gives you nightmares thinking about, the soundtrack that's going on there. So they were a lot of fun to do. It was sort of like, we were kind of laughing while we were doing it, because it's a little bit tongue in cheek, but it's still fun. Sort of, we still being the age we are, which I don't want to say what it is, but I gave myself a little bit saying we've known each other that long and we were in the 80s, but it's still, that vision of being a rock star still is like hidden away in there somewhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And again, I posted the
Yes,
link in the chat there, so everybody can check it out.
Yes. And speaking of Monster Magnet, when we came up with that, it was funny because I was on a date. I went on a date with my friend Susan, which she's probably in right now. She's like, I mean, she texts me. She's like, I'm trying to hurry up and get home so I can see the show and everything. And I'm like, it's okay, just take your time. Like everything be cool. So so anyway, we were going to Halloween Haunt, and she was always getting scared. I mean, she was like a magnet. I mean, they would always run up to her and scare her. And she goes, I feel like I feel like this, like this magnet, like this monster magnet. I'm like, dang. That's a perfect title. And then that's when I text Bob about it, and I told my friend Alan Bostwick about it, and Alan came up with the bass line on that, and it just became like this heavy metal thing, just like what Bob's saying, full blown, Scorpions, Kiss, Live, monsters in the back,
nice,
SOS, signals in the background, just crazy, Halloween thing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because if you listen to the album, there's little hints and clues about like what's supposed to be happening in the story, and you hear Sean like introducing in the mid sort of transition from the song before, you hear the words 1993, and it's like that probably is a pretty inside reference, but in 1993, after knowing Sean many years at that point, my background is I work in the film and industry doing special effects and movies and things like that for theme parks and movies. And back in 1992, I was working at Knott's Berry Farm doing their haunt event, creating special effects for it. And so there was an opportunity for me to bring someone in to help me, and I brought Sean in because I knew he had a background doing, radio controlled stuff and things like that. So we worked a few haunts together doing special effects. And so Haunt 93 was like an epic year for special effects in the haunt industry, because we did like all these crazy effects. And so he went to the haunt for the first time in many years. We haven't been involved in it there for a while very much, but it sort of like rekindled that thought of walking around through the mazes with all the monsters and stuff like that too. So it was sort of a little bit of a nod to that little point in our history as well.
Yes, and speaking of that, why this all came about with the title. Susan's online. Hey, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
Hello. You made it.
She made it. But yeah, there's like a lot of great things. So we went, to backtrack, when we went like the stage, which is more like a live thing, and then it goes into Vapor, which is a full blown Marty Friedman meets like a Jason Becker full on shredding thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I wanted to take the bar and raise it up and try to play it as hard as I could. And then I was like, all right, I'll do this. And then Jay, which did the drums on it, he texts me and he goes, so what song do you want me to play on? And I'm like, well, I want you to play on the most hardest song that's on there. And he goes, okay, I'm gonna do Vapor. So he just blew that out and just, like out the park. So that song came about, and then you go into Real Love, which is a song that I wrote for Susan when we would do like a lot of traveling and everything. It was all about us, So it's and that's her voice on there. That's her voice when we were talking, and I kind of snuck it on her. I was like playing a little trick on her, like, so what do you think about this and that? She was just talking about things, and I was like, this is perfect. So yeah, thank you. And so I kept like on my phone, like for a couple of months, and I asked her, I go, look, Susan, babe, can I use this on here? And she's like, of course, so that's how it all ended up on there. Then you go into Clowning Around, and that's a crazy shredding song on neoclassical thing, and that also has like the modern day music of shredding with the dual guitar players. There's actually 4 or 5 guitar players playing that song. So if I was ever trying to play that live, it'd probably be at least 2 guitar players plus 1.
Sean's already normally like 3 guitars playing when he's playing by himself. So it's actually more like 30 guitar players when you play 4 or 5.
Wow. I've seen Sean play. I've seen Sean demo at the NAMM show. Remember that?
Whoa.
A couple years ago?
Yes.
Yeah. You're awesome, dude.
Thank you. And I
did a show with Sean.
Yes, Liz did a show with us.
I have not met Sean in person, except for the show we played together when I was with Level 7, and he was Hour 11, but I never met him formally.
Yeah, I wasn't formally. We
Yeah,
saw each other on
so
stage.
crazy how it just.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's like perfect timing and and everything. And I mean, like this whole project is it's a total blessing because from my whole experience of being with my friends, and with my life as playing guitar, I was able to pull in like my friends. I wish I could have gotten more in, but the timing thing and the virus thing and everything that was going on, it was really hard to do that. And I'm really thankful that Liz and Bob and Wendy and Alan and Phil, we were able to pull it off in a short amount of time.
Well, I was happy to be a part of it. I've been nagging Sean for 30 plus years to do a solo album, show, because he's always had the talent. He's always you might think oh yeah, he's been practicing for 30 years and that's why he's this good. But he sounded this good the first night I met him, years ago, playing in his mom's kitchen, and it was always anyone that ever got a chance to see him play, it would blow their mind. And I was like, you should stick out a solo album. And it's like he's played in all these bands, and I'd always say, yeah, the band's cool, but you should do something on your own because you don't really, you're kind of restrained in the band. You only get a chance to come out and throw a solo once in a while. You should do a full blown instrumental, because he was into Tony McAlpine, and we always were into Dream Theater and stuff. I'm like, you have those skills, you should do something with it. And of course, technology has changed radically, and back then it was it wasn't possible to do, because you had to be, in order to get any kind of really good recording and put out an album, you had to be signed. And so it was you could save up a ton of money and go to a studio and maybe cut a 2-song demo and put it on a cassette. And that was about as good as you could do if you weren't signed. And so now with technology being what it is, it's we all have our own studios at home that can record at high def, and and we can all you can do a project over the internet. It's most of this album is Sean's recording his stuff in his studio, and then he shoots over a file to me and says, hey, can you throw some vocals on this? And I send it back, and it's really amazing what we have available to us now. It's and then you can stick it out on the internet for millions of people. Back then it was you saved up your money, you played gigs, and make a flyer that you literally cut out and copied and pasted together on a piece of paper, Xeroxed it, and handed it out to people and begged them to go to your show so they could buy your demo tape. Now it's you can literally record a high def album and stick it out on the internet the same day if you want to do a song on the same day, and have millions of people view it. So it's pretty cool.
Yes, it's
definitely.
Yes, and that's how I did it. I mean, with everybody that's a part of this, everybody, well, let's see, except for Alan, he would come over and we would eat and have coffee and eat and play. but yeah, and then so we went into the Moon and Back, which Bob had his lovely wife do some backups on that, and that was beautiful, and it was perfect over my solo and stuff, and it was exactly what I was looking for, because I'm a huge fan of Fifth Element, and you guys know about the Fifth Element, of course. You like the movie, The Fifth Element?
The movie. Yes.
So, oh yeah, it's our favorite movie, Sean.
That's awesome.
I just watched it last night.
Oh, cool, yeah. Okay, so in the middle of that movie, there is that a woman that's singing, is really beautiful. She's doing all those octaves and stuff, and it's really, really beautiful. So when Wendy did the vocals over my solo and stuff, I didn't even ask her to do that. Bob was the one that was leading her to do all that stuff. And I'm like, that's perfect.
I just kind of butted in. Cool. I was in here while he was singing, and I just kind of butted in and did some stuff, and then he liked it and he put it on there. So
yeah, it's beautiful. It's perfect.
I think that was the first track I did, and it was kind of awkward because it's not really. If you listen to the song, like I said, it's sort of a throwback to the 70s. And I was joking with Sean. I was like, I'm going to have to see if I can channel some Tom Jones here or something, And so I was singing it and kind of, messing around with it. And so Wendy came in and I was like, I'm not going to do this alone. You're going to have to get in here and put something on this.
Yeah,
but it turned out really cool. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it did.
yeah, it's
That was
perfect.
fun to do.
Awesome.
Cool. And then like the next song, which is Flight of an Angel, that's a song that's dedicated to my mother. And she finally, I'm sorry, Liz.
I said, "Oh man, I was nervous."
Oh yes, Liz. I mean, first,
He's like,
Pressure,
"This
huh?
is for my mom. This song is for my mom." I was like, I prayed. I'm like, "You gotta help me, God. This is for his mother. This needs to be the best."
yeah, that's perfect. It was so beautiful, and
I was scared.
so Liz, I'll let you take the podium on that one. That's all you.
Yeah, so that, like I said, that's what I had to do. I'm not joking. I freaking said, "Angels, you just like sing through me, give me the melody, give me the words, give me, because this has to be like, this is for his mother." And so I just and I'm so critical. It takes me a while. Like I can finish the song and I won't send it to him for like a week or two. Every day I'm like, send it now. And you know, then you just got to do it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You got to just send it. And
Yeah.
some people won't do things because they're always afraid it's not going to be perfect. And, and this project really helped me to, for other things, just to send it and wait for the feedback. Like Mannequin, it was one morning I woke up, I sat here, I had a lot of work to do, a lot of mixing vocals, but I didn't want to do any of it. And I sat there and I'm like, man, I really wish I had a new song to write to. I really wish I had something new, like fresh, just something to excite me. I need something new. We're here locked up in COVID, fucking lockdown, all this shit. Right? And all of a sudden, Sean, in about 2 hours, sends me this Mannequin track that sounds ching, 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 ching. I was like, oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I freaking downloaded, threw it in Pro Tools. I was like, oh man! Freaking thank you, God, so much. And
wow.
And that's how Mannequin came out.
Yeah, I have to tell you something about the whole song with Mannequin.
I pulled out my microphone and I was like,
Yes.
But so that's how Mannequin came about. I had never worked with him, so again, I was nervous. It took me 2 weeks to send him my first rough draft because I've never met him. I've never worked with him. Like the guys in my band, you're comfortable already. You work together. I'm like, I don't know his style. Is he gonna like this? Blah blah blah. It's like very nerve-wracking. And so finally one night I'm like, oh, here it is. And he was like, yes, this was for you.
you are so humble, Liz.
I sent it to you.
I tell you guys, Liz is so humble because because I heard her like once, and I heard her like through some of the stuff on Facebook, and I knew that she could do it. There was no doubt, and when I sent the track to her, like that track, Mannequin is more, it's like a Rob Zombie like industrial song, and at first I was gonna have Doug Pinnick sing on it because that's what it was kind of written for in a way, and he's so busy, that there was no way he could do it. And then I think I asked you, Bob, to do it, right? But he had a lot of stuff on his plate. I didn't want to bother him, with that. And then so I asked my friend Danny from Hour 11, to do it. He's super busy. And then Liz, I saw Liz online. I think it was on.
You saw my green light.
Green light.
She's on Facebook.
Gave her the green light.
Big time green light, like bing. The female, pretty, has a voice, the look and everything. I'm like, this is a full blown like industrial, female song.
Man, I was so happy.
Yeah, so she knocked it out, and then she showed it to Bill, and Bill loved it, right?
He loved the drums off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those are fake drums.
Who did those drums? I'm like, freaking Sean did those drums.
Those are the fake drums?
Yeah, those are the fake drums.
Yeah, no, because he was like, you don't need to change those drums. They sound great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
well, I mean, that's if it sounds, it's like Eddie used to say,
It sounds exactly what it's supposed to sound like.
If it sounds good, it is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's a new set of tools out there, and it's like it comes down to the artistry, it's Sean has a really good talent for programming the drums, and having played with a number of drummers and really good drummers, as a matter of fact, it's not easy. If anyone's ever tried to program drums and make them sound good, it's really hard, even if you have really good samples.
Oh,
But so
I'm terrible.
Again, it comes down to to his credit as a producer and a programmer, and the whole musical package. It's not something like, and people think, oh, it's fake drums. You just copied it off the internet and stuck it on there. It's not like that. It's like, you can give anybody a piece of paper and a pencil. Not everybody's going to draw a beautiful picture with it. And it's like, just like anybody can pick up a guitar and they're not going to be able to sit there and shred. It takes the work and the practice and the talent. And so, the fact that they're sampled drums, it's just a tool as a producer for him to be able to lay down the music and then focus on, and actually create it. Because one of the things that's really tough, especially when you're somebody at the level like he is playing, it's, in his head, he's hearing like a certain rhythm that the guitar needs to do, and it's like conveying that to someone else without actually making it happen. It's sort of forced him to be able to be good at that. And then at this point, when he put it down, and I told him too, I was like, why bother retracking him? Somebody else is going to have a hard time reproducing what you spent all the time working out, which is what the drummer would do in their head. So that's my 2 cents on the drums.
Thank you. It's a lot of work, and I mean, thanks to the programmers out there, they actually made it easy for all of us with everything. I mean, well, not
still being humble. I have that same program. I can't make the drums do that.
Oh my gosh,
my drums sound like this, like the jerk.
No, that's so funny. Yeah, check out Bob.
Josh Metal asked, yes, I have a YouTube channel, Liz.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like the chat. Yes.
They have, people are actually talking to us.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We're trying to be rude. It's kind of hard to see the stuff.
You got to pay attention here.
Yes, Brian said something about the NAMM show. There it is. He goes, I wonder if I met Sean before. Seems familiar to me. Maybe NAMM. Yes. I've been at NAMM for the last 15 years, except for this year coming up and another year. Yeah, that's probably where we met, buddy.
Like, yeah, I do. Those guitars are some badass guitars on Mannequin. I got to tell you.
Thank you.
God. They're sexy. They're like a.
That's that Rob Zombie thing.
You guys, because it's gonna sound like mud, but.
I was going to record that. Thank you, Liz. Yeah, I didn't use my Kemper on that. I have to tell a little secret here. I use a plugin for those guitars, for the rhythms. But but for the solo, it was the Kemper and my Les Paul.
Or did you go? What did you do there? What did you use?
That was actually
on that, or
oh, sorry.
Did you use the Kemper on that, or?
Let me think about this.
The band.
Come on.
I think that was the Kemper Live. That was a Kemper, but
good answer.
Wendy.
The Kemper.
Yeah, yeah.
We got to plug Kemper because we were all expecting to get our upgrades when they come out with new ones.
Yes, and Bob is the one that's actually responsible for me to get my Kemper and like 3 of my other friends that went out and bought Kempers. It's just so easy. It just made the whole recording thing and touring. I toured it with Riot, I played it through the Dr. Jekyll cabinet, and it just like, it sounds like that what you guys hear live. It sounds the same thing, but bigger. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I remember hearing some of your clips. Like you posted clips when you're on tour, when you're with Riot, and so that was the Kemper.
Yes, that was all Kemper from the last tour.
I like that Kemper. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, the Kemper's amazing. It's any guitar players out there, if you want to get the rad sound, I recommend it highly.
Yeah, me too.
I always equate it to being, if you've ever seen The Little Mermaid, the Kemper is like Ursula. It steals the voice and the soul of all the other guitars and amps out there and replicates it, only it sounds better, actually, whenever it comes out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it took my 5150.
You record the sound, right? You record the sound into the Kemper, and then it...
Yep.
Yeah, the Kemper analyzes the sound of the real amps, and then it stores the tone. It clones the tone of whatever it listens to.
Yeah.
It actually seems like it sounds better when I've heard the side-by-sides. Like, take a Mesa Boogie and put it through the Kemper. It'll suck the sound out of it, and then puts it out, and it's like, puts a little something sauce on it. Makes it even sound a little better.
Yeah, it just makes it stand out. It's like the 4K compared to 1086 resolution. I guess that's how I hear it. I mean, because I have the 5150.
It sounds crunchy. Sounds like.
Thank you.
Oh God.
Yes, that's the 5150 profile.
Oh, I got to try that one. That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's awesome. I tell you.
Yeah, Johnny Bean.
You could keep the EVH and stuff, man. I mean,
over there, Johnny Bean.
Wow. And to give everybody that's watching a quick background, Sean and I, we actually met at EVH.
Yes.
That's where we actually met. Our mutual friend Chip introduced us. And Liz, we met. We probably met actually when you texted the first. Maybe I know we go back a long time.
I remember you had a great song, but I was still very shy. And I'm going to tell you the truth now. I was very shy, and I had written to he had this cool song that I found on MySpace, I think it was. And you had this cool song. Maybe it was, I don't know, Craigslist. Maybe, I don't know how I found you, but all I know is you had this great song, and I loved it. And I wrote to it fast, just like how Mannequin. I wrote to it immediately, but I was too scared to send it. And I never sent it.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want me to send it to you now, I'll send it to you now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's.
That is what I am telling you about fear. Good old fear will jack you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let fear get you, guys.
Wow. Yeah, because Liz and I, we go back a long time. Like, I want to say, I remember you texting me or messaging me, like in 2004
maybe.
20.
How'd it be like 2010?
Not that far. Yeah, like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
2010,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, I know I had a level 7 was just starting. I think level 7 was just starting.
I did a remix. I did a remix, a Melanie C song. If anybody knows who that is.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, Melanie C. She was Sporty Spice of the Spice Girls. I did a remix, like a rock remix of one of her tunes. And I'm thinking, Liz, you heard that. Possibly.
Yeah, but there was another song that you had a track. That was really cool.
Oh, wow.
I remember I imported it into, back then I was using Adobe Audition. I had just, I had a bad incident.
Well, I still use that, so.
We've used that for years.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great.
We go back further than that. Sean and I did an album back in 2002. We had a project called Stench, and we were using Cool Edit Pro. which eventually got bought to become Adobe Audition.
Which became Adobe. Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to use
really
Cool.
liked it. It actually was
I
a cool
remember
program.
I used to use that. The very first DAW that I ever used was what was it? Now I can't think of it. Well, I don't know. Anyway,
Cakewalk?
It was Cakewalk Guitar Studio.
Oh yeah, I had that too.
1998. 1998 was the first DAW I ever used.
It was a pretty cool program.
Yeah, that was cool. It was really, really pretty.
Yeah, a lot of different colors and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, enough about me. But this is all about you guys. But yeah, Liz and I, we go back 10 years. I'm just letting people know.
And then now I see him every year at NAB, which I won't see you this year. Boo.
Yep.
Next time.
Oh.
You know, when I first met,
cells is on.
what's that?
2 brain cells is on.
Hey.
Oh, Metal Mike is telling you hello, Sean. Metal Mike. And
hey, Mike. Hey, Charlie. Cool.
Yeah. There's people watching this.
Charlie, Metal Mike, Thrash Metal wants to marry me. That's what he said.
Awesome.
You don't want to marry me, that's for sure.
That's
Just joking.
cool. That's cool. So like the other songs, you know, on Shadows of the Light, Phil did the vocals on that, and that was random.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was playing in their band, and I wasn't sure if I was going, you know, to be able to play like in their band, and then everything happened with COVID, and then like the movie that we're doing now with Bob and Wendy for their movie, their feature, that was starting to kick in, and I couldn't really focus, so I couldn't play like in their band, but I go, Phil, could you do vocals in my project? And he goes, absolutely. So, and that's like the Striper-ish, the Linkin Park style. That's like I'm probably from 2000, like with POD, all the way up to probably 2008, Bob, you think? 12 era? For Shadows of the Light.
Did you do that on purpose, Sean?
What's that?
Just now when you were describing the Linkin Park thing, your video was stuttering like the Linkin Park video.
Oh, was it?
Carefully planned.
Special effects.
Wow. Wow. Hey, G. Good to see you, G. The Butchnoff is another person that I see at the NAMM show.
Yes, yeah. I'm sure. I have to see a picture of him because I met so many people in 2018. I'd love to see who he is, you know. That's cool.
Yeah.
There's so much
2 years
to talk
ago.
about. 2 years ago?
2018. Wow. We are in 2020, right?
Yeah.
Nobody will forget 2020, man.
I know.
Terrible.
Can you believe it?
Terrible. Awful. It's beyond awful. It's beyond, well,
I gotta say,
one good thing happened though.
Being awful, I got to finish a lot of music, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
I turned the awful into positive.
Yes, I have to look at it that way too.
Yeah, you know, despite all the mask and at first fear, but that's gone.
Yeah.
Well, one good thing happened. The Vapor album came out, right?
Yes. That's one good thing. I was talking to my buddy Sergio. He's Phantasmo is his band, and we toured with them when I was in Riot, and he sent me a call. Actually, no, he called me the same day that Ed died, and we were all messed up. I was distraught. Everybody was distraught, and he goes, you know, I know this year sucks really bad now, but just look at all the time that we put into our music. Like, you came out with your album, and I come up with mine, and all your friends, and everybody's getting together and coming out with music. And I go, dude, you're absolutely right.
Exactly. I've finished so much music because I've been able to focus. I'm not out at shows all year. To just pound. I feel happy about all this lockdown. I needed to be in lockdown.
I know for sure.
Down once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that is a positive thing about this year is it's making us work on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff we might have like put away for a little while. Now it's like it gives us the time to do it.
Yeah, and it's also forced me to do daring things also because I'm like, we're gonna die. I better do it now. I've done some amazing things. I gotta tell you.
my big finger. You're absolutely right.
I'm like, shit, I don't want to die without doing that. I better hurry up. I freaking quick pen.
I know.
There's always a positive to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cut a couple of tunes as well and had Sean on while we had some downtime. First, the beginning of the year, we had tons of work going on at the effects shop, and then of course when COVID hit, everything went on hold. One of our big clients, Disney, they can't open the parks, so a lot of the work shut off. So likewise, we jumped in and we got this. We can finally spend some time in our studio. Let's record some stuff. So we had Sean come over and play some tracks, and so we got a couple of tunes that just dropped in July for our project called Parallax, and then.
Cool.
You can hear Sean throwing some shreds on there as well. And,
nice.
And then we've been busy working on a movie project as well. So, which Sean has been suffering through the last few months doing computer animation because besides being a phenomenal guitar player, it turns out he's got a lot of other cool skills. So besides being special effects guy, he does computer animation and photography and all that stuff. So we've been exploiting his talents on our movie. He's been creating digital effects for our movie Scarecrows versus Zombies that we're working on right now. It comes out. We're targeting to get it out by Halloween, or hopeful, despite all the challenges. So,
that'd be great.
So Sean's been staring at zombies like 24/7 for the past few weeks.
What's the name of the movie, Bob?
It's called Scarecrows versus Zombies.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a.
And where's it gonna show out on?
It'll probably be coming out initially on Amazon Prime.
Cool.
We have another film that's out now. It was a romantic comedy called Underneath the Same Moon. It came out Valentine's Day and has been on Amazon Prime and Tubi and Google Play and YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
So
Nice.
this will probably follow in the same footsteps because theaters really aren't open right now. So we're really trying to get it out before Halloween because I don't think there's going to be a lot of new horror movies coming out this year because most of the production world has been shut down. So we kind of covertly filmed the movie this summer, taking all the precautions. Of course, everyone's wearing masks because they're scarecrows or zombies, and we shot this horror movie. It should be fun. It's kind of like a throwback to the old '80s horror film. So it's got some comedy and some gore and a lot of action. So it should be fun.
Cool.
Yes. It's fun.
There might even be some cool excerpts from Vapor appearing in the soundtrack somewhere. So,
yeah,
nice.
Yes, it's a fun project. I'm finally getting a chance to actually stretch out my wings in the whole computer animation thing. I went to school for that in 2004 till 2008 to be a game designer. And that kind of fell underneath of me because of the market being, flooded with people like that. So I stayed with Fender. Fender was actually a job that I got just for temporary, just so I could get through school. And then I was going to go into that field doing the computer thing, but it got slow trying to get a job like at Blizzard, all those cool, gaming companies. And so Fender, you gave me more money, and I end up staying for another 12, 13 years, 14 years. So,
Well,
and then I was telling Bob, I go, look, I want to, work in, like in the effects thing again, with the VFX lab thing again. And he's like, just hold on, it's coming, and it's here today. That's what we're doing. So, so it's cool.
cool.
Awesome.
Cool. Looks like
Awesome.
DM was asking about what kind of bands or music we play, the various ones. So you want to answer, Liz?
I'm in a electronic rock band, kind of like Tool, Alice in Chains, Godsmack, kind of Talus, TALUS. You can find us on Facebook. We're just finishing recording right now, the guitars. Actually, I'm on vocals. So I have a lot of vocals to finish.
Please check it out. Please.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wendy and I have a project called Perilx. It's PERILX, kind of like out of peril. So, and we're recording some stuff right now. We just released a few singles, and the first thing we did was actually used in the other movie we did, Underneath the Same Moon. And then it's kind of just, rock with a little metal edge to it, kind of pop, kind of a mixture of things. It kind of varies all over the place, from almost 9 Inch Nails to, 80s anthem rock and stuff. We have all kinds of different, influences and stuff. So we kind of just go in and record whatever is hitting us, whatever we're feeling. And it's been fun because my son now is old enough to be in a band, and he's a pretty awesome drummer. So he's playing drum tracks on one, and my other son is actually a composer. He did the soundtrack for both films, and he sort of laid down the original bed on the music. So sort of orchestrated underscore that we're putting the heavy stuff on top of. So his name's Valor. He's out in the Apple Music and stuff. He actually sort of rebranded himself because his name Valor wasn't unique enough. A bunch of people started using the name Valor, so he came out with this moniker called Lucy Leandre, and it's like kind of crazy rap pop stuff he's doing on his solo stuff. So
really good.
Look for him out there. He's very unique.
Awesome.
Yeah, very talented. Very.
I think he's going to be doing a project with Sean, because Sean's also in his other tool bag of stuff besides being
that's
a monster metal guitar player, photographer, drone pilot, firearm specialist, and game designer.
I got a big bag.
Also does electronic dance music.
Yes.
I think he's going to be doing something with Valor on that.
Yes, that's going to
cool.
Collaboration.
Full blown dance.
That should be pretty cool.
Yes, dance music. I'm gonna bring in people.
Shake your booty.
Yeah, shake your booty time. And I was telling Liz about it, to have her in there and have.
I forgot that's my other genre is house and EDM, and all electronic.
Yeah.
So we want to work on our next electronic track.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
I'm not doing anything, you guys. No more bands. I'm just gonna do music with you guys, but as far as the whole band thing goes,
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what Talus. It's more we're just songwriting for sync for TV and film, and
Long live KC and the Sunshine Band, says DM.
Yeah.
Get down tonight. Get down tonight.
You guys got to do an electronic cover version.
You have to dust off the Travolta white suit,
Right up the sky.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be, because of course we have to take it to that level. So and there may be some guitars in there. It'll probably be more like the acoustic thing, because like with this album, there's a lot of 12 string in there. Like the song I did with Real Love, that's all 12 string.
Yeah.
Was that on the Breed Love?
Guitar work, Sean.
Thank you, Liz. What's that, Bobby?
Was that on the Breed Love? The Breedlove guitar.
Oh yes, breathe.
Real love.
Real love with the Breedlove.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys.
Was it through the Kemper?
What's going on in there?
Tell me, Bob.
I said, was that the Breedlove guitar? The 12-string.
Oh yeah, see,
The Breedlove.
see. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something about that. That's not even my guitar. I didn't even know like the name.
Stole it.
I stole it. I'm from Alan, the bass player that played on bass on a couple of those songs, and he was like, "Here, man, just check it out." That's probably the best playing 12 string I've ever played. I mean, I played $8,000 guitar, $10,000, $12,000, acoustic guitars. That guitar, I think you paid what, $500 on it. I think something like that. Low action. It wasn't killing my fingers. You know how you have to like
Yeah.
do all those crazy chords and stuff. No problem. And I even played a solo on that thing, which is on one of the ballads, "A Flight of an Angel."
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah,
solo.
Nice.
I love it.
It's an acoustic solo.
Yeah, 12 string. That, I mean, it's still hurt.
Acoustic 12-string solo even. Dang.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the song. And then from there out from the solo forwards.
Thank you. That was pretty much like a Depeche Mode vibe there. Why that song came about. I mean, there's so many like influences with all this music. I mean, like I'm going all the way from Jason Becker, Van Halen, Eddie, Steve Vai. On the stages actually came off of Hendrix. I mean, that was more of a 60s thing that came up at first, because like the harmony, that whole octave thing that I'm doing, that's like a Jimi Hendrix thing. And then it just started to morph into like a Dream Theater thing live, But yeah, there's a lot of influences in there. But
Nice.
just real quick, because I know that we're getting kind of short on that time thing, but it goes into Hey Shadow, which is played by Jay Smith, which played the drums on there. He did the piano, and that era is like the hour 11 time, and that's the time that me and Lizz met. Our bands played together and all that stuff. That he actually wrote that piece for that band back in that day. So
cool.
yeah. And then and we did the Monster Magnet, right? Yeah, we talked about that. The stage, that's the reprise or reprise. How do you say that name?
I say reprise. You say tomato.
Potato.
Tomato.
You say
Potato.
Silas or Silas.
Yeah. Dean Silas on guitar.
Abdullah.
That's funny.
Hello.
Watching
up?
from Somalia. All right.
Somalia. Welcome.
Wow, welcome.
Hi. Hello.
So the stage, like the reprise vibe, that's even more live, because when we started out with the stage, you get that live feel, but then with the reprise, you really get the full blown theatrical thing, like when Bob says, "I'm singing from my mountaintop," right? Something from my mountaintop. Like I should know it by heart.
He plays from the mountaintop.
He plays from the mountaintop. Thank you. And you hear chimes. You hear all kinds of wind and chimes going on. If you put on like headphones with this album, you hear all kinds of stuff going on. And that was
like explosions of the pyro going off in the stadium and stuff like that.
Yes, that was
Very cool.
That was actually just a coincidence that there was an explosion in the kitchen while he was recording it.
That sounds like there have been explosions going on out here.
Yeah, fireworks.
He had some Jiffy Pop in the microwave.
Good thing it wasn't recorded in the bathroom.
I know, right? But here's a little on trivia, okay, with that song. Now, you hear people chanting like in the back, okay, dun, 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 right? I'm just trying to get you guys like in that vibe with that whole thing. That is actually from like a football chant, because I couldn't find nobody in the world to get that live chant, you know. So that's an actual football thing. Free.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. NFL.
Yes.
You even have NFL in your album. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Exploding popcorn, NFL.
yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on in there. And yeah. And then oh thank you, Zoe.
The sunshine.
That's funny. Hey, Sean.
Sean,
Hey, Sean.
Bobby, Liz.
Hey,
Deja
Sean.
vu.
Get extra
Sweet.
points, Sean. You spelled Wendy's name right.
And DM had asked if we could play something, but unfortunately we cannot. But there are links that you can go to.
Yes. Yes, there's
Johnny
links.
Bloom's posting some links so you can go in here.
Right
Make sure you
there.
turn it up to 11.
Oh,
Yeah, you can actually go over there now and listen to it while we're on. We'll be on for another couple few minutes.
Yes. Now on the last track on here is Susan. It's Susan Dole. She's she's a really good friend of mine. I wrote that song just for her, and I wasn't gonna put it like on this particular album because it was something that was a little like private, but I played it live like it was an actual piece from back in the day. Like the first piece is like a Iron Wrath piece that I did when I was 18. And then I was like in the mood because of the Kemper is so beautiful. I mean, it's just so beautiful hearing that clean tone. Then I start doing that other part live. So so everything that you hear on that track, it's all live. There's no me sitting here doing whatever. I mean, like I did undo some tracks like on top of it, but as far as like the solo part and all that, but it's all live.
that's
And
cool.
yes, and that's dedicated to her. That's her song.
Wow.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Right.
How do you do
Thank
that?
you, Zoe.
How do you do the love?
Is it like that?
I don't know. I can't like that or something, right?
There you go. Love. Sounds like that. I get it.
So, Sean, looks like Thunder Falcon says, "What was the biggest challenge recording this project, and how did you overcome it?"
The biggest challenge.
Working with me.
Working with all of us.
Okay, let me tell you guys this.
Poor guy. Can you imagine all of us sending him notes?
It was pretty
Susan.
intense. But
Susan's
Oh.
sending him a heart back.
oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan. I love Susan so much. I love her so much. And there's Jaden right there. He just kind of poked.
We see you sneaking in, Jaden.
I see Jaden.
Oh, here you go.
Hey, Jaden.
His headphones. Say hi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue.
Jaden. the
Hi.
birthday boy.
Happy birthday, Jaden.
Oh yeah. Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
Happy birthday.
He's playing with his cousin on Xbox or PS4 now. Oh, I'm sorry, PlayStation.
Oh.
But yes, I mean, like all this stuff that I did, I mean, working with everybody, and Susan knows. I mean, Susan, when I was going through all this stuff, she was there with me the whole time when we were like hanging out and traveling and doing our thing. And it was so much fun. From all the bands that I've been in, these guys, my friends here that worked on this album, were so easy. I had no problem at all.
Aw.
And I didn't. I mean, like I've asked people to play on it, and they were just too busy. I mean, there was things that would come up playing like in other bands and everything. I mean, everything just it's just a timing thing. I mean, like the timing thing was perfect. So, 2020 wasn't all that bad for this.
Yeah.
You know,
The timing was just everything.
Yeah. But I want to thank them. Alan, Bob and Wendy, Liz.
Yeah, hi Alan, wherever you are.
Yes, he was going to try to be on, but he's on a men's retreat playing bass up in Big Bear right now. So he's bummed out. Yes, he's doing that. But yeah, it's like I want to thank you guys, thank all my fans and everybody that waited. I mean, it took a whole year, for me, to do this, and it was challenging. I mean, sometimes I trip out on the way how I could just come up with this music, because there's a lot of parts going on, there's a lot of things. But I would like to thank Bob for helping me with that. There's a lot of ideas that was his idea, because I just have so much stuff going on. I just can't think of everything in there. And that's where the producer, executive producer, and your friends and everyone else comes in there to help you think all that stuff up. So I hope the things that people hear, will hear that.
Yeah, good job, you guys. Good job, Bobby.
Oh, thanks. It was fun. I was honored to be a part of it. I kept asking for more cowbell, but all we got was just about
more
big giant
megaphone. More megaphone.
I got the megaphone, and we got the big, huge ACDC burn a monster magnet.
We got the Taco Bell instead.
Taco Bell. There it is.
Oh man.
There it is.
Wow. I gotta get one of those for this.
You gotta get one, Johnny. You gotta get one, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If this megaphone could talk.
Well, it can. You just talk into it. Yeah.
Very funny.
That's so funny. Wow, you guys. Well, thank you, and thank you everyone for getting on here.
Claire, who's Nightbot? The bot.
Nightbot. That's me. That's a bot that I use.
I know. I figured. Sean.
Everyone.
Red Tom. Yeah, just everybody.
A lot of
thank
people.
You for being here.
A lot of people.
And I
Thank
wish
you.
The best, Sean.
Yes. Yeah. You guys.
had a blast.
You guys will have to come back. You'll have to come back, and when you have more music.
Yeah, maybe we could.
Yeah. All would be like in one room, like like at the office, at the shop, and we'll have like a little like Zoom show. Something to think about in the future.
I concur.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
We'll be watching for scarecrows versus zombies.
Maybe can't wait.
Again in there.
Nice.
Look out for it.
It's crazy.
Or if you need a good cry, underneath the same moon.
Underneath the same moon.
Awesome.
It was nice meeting you, Liz and Johnny.
Same here, Wendy.
It was great to meet you, Bobby and Wendy and Sean. Great to see you, and Liz, great to see you, because I don't see you as much. I see Sean all the time on he's been on here, but it's awesome to see you. And it's too bad I won't see you guys this year, at the NAMM show, but hopefully next time.
Hopefully next time.
Yep.
Hopefully next time. So, but you guys have to come back on here, before then. But
yeah, for sure.
Yes. So everybody, where's the link? Everybody, head over to their SoundCloud. There's the link right there in the chat. Click on that. Listen to it. If you sign into SoundCloud, you can leave comments. You can leave comments on the songs.
Yes, please do.
Timed comments, all that stuff.
Leave some nice comments, please. Nice.
Yes. And that's private. That's like a private thing there for you guys. So I will keep it up probably till the end of the year. I'm thinking the end of the year. Yeah, I'll keep it up to the end of the year because Christmas is coming up, and it's really hard to to be out there in the world and you make money and stuff. So you guys just go ahead and just listen to it for free and.
But if you got money bags, go to Apple Music.
Yeah. You have deep pockets.
John's got to eat.
But
John's got to eat. He's got to keep playing the guitar.
I think the link to the iTunes is in the description of the video.
Oh, I got
right?
$5.
I think it is.
I
think it is. So yes, anybody with money bags, go down there. And yeah, everybody's links are down in the description of the video there. Lizz's Reverb Nation, I think, is down there. I think Bobby, I think your sites are down there.
Well, a lot of people have Apple Music, so you can stream it there anyway. Like,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Then
Well, hey,
Sean will get 1/10 of a millionth of a cent for every stream that you play.
yeah,
0.00000.
Yeah, that's why. Go buy the album. Go buy it.
yeah. Buy it, stream it, love it.
Share it with your friends.
Yes. All that stuff. And yeah, share this video as well if you're watching this from
The
Facebook
thousandth listener gets a free oven mitt.
Oh, now you better get the oven mitt ready.
Yeah.
We can make those. We can make those at the shop, Bob.
Do it.
1/20th of that. I know. No joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, everybody, thank you. Thanks
Alrighty.
for watching. Great to
Alright.
meet Bobby and Wendy. Liz, awesome to see you. Sean, awesome to see you.
It's up to you. Thank you.
Everybody.
Hasta luego.
And we'll see you guys. I've got another show coming up in about 45 minutes. So I will see everybody in a little bit.
In
It's
45 minutes.
Saturday Night Live, which is our Saturday show with your host, John BL. And where's the thing? Looks like that.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. So look out. There's going to be an outro playing here. So everybody cover your ears. Where is it? Might be a little loud.
Is it the stage reprise?
Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. And yeah, don't hang up, you guys. Don't hang up. We're going to say goodbye after this little outro. And leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and everybody, goodbye.
Bye.